The views expressed on this program are not those of the The views expressed on this program are not those of IntellectualRadio.com, its subsidiaries, or sponsors. Encouraging, educating, and empowering you into action. This is Warriors Talk with your host, Lady ReShell.
Hello. Welcome to Warriors Talk with author and founder Lady ReShell, where we move away from awareness towards action. It's Relationship Monday, and our topic for today is behaviors that keep you being single. We are live on Intellectual Radio. We just heard from the Drive at 5 with Roman. Keep it locked right here on Intellectual Radio and allow us to feed your brain. On the last episode of Warriors Talk, I spoke with our real estate guru, Tamara Mutri, and she challenged us to her 6-month home buying challenge. Go over to YouTube, type in Intellectual Radio, stay connected for any episodes of Warriors Talk that you may have missed. The quote of the day is, when you stop expecting people to be perfect, you can like them for who they are. I'm grateful for my sponsor on today. I have EmanuelC.O.G.I.C with Pastor Michael Richardson, who has a special message for us.
Greetings, I am Pastor Michael Richardson.
And I am First Lady Anastasia Richardson from the Emmanuel Church of God in Christ. We're located at 3058 West Van Buren in Chicago, Illinois. We are building upon a solid foundation.
And we're inviting you to join us every Sunday morning on Facebook Live at EmanuelC.O.G.I.C at 10:15 Central Standard Time. And you can also view our videos on our YouTube channel at EmanuelC.O.G.I.C-MR. Once again, this is Pastor Michael Richardson
and First Lady Anastasia Richardson, and we're from the Emmanuel Church of God in Christ. We are building upon a solid foundation.
Here are your trending topics for today. President Biden and his legal team have spent over a year preparing for this moment, the chance to make good on his pledge to name the first Black woman to the Supreme Court at a time of continued racial reckoning in the country. His promise also underscores how much Black women have struggled to become part of a very small pool of elite judges in the nation's highest federal courts. Speculations on Wednesday focused on a rarefied group of well-credentialed Black women who have elite educations and experience on the bench. President Biden has said he hopes the diversity has brought to the high ranks of the federal government will be his centerpiece of his legacy. In addition to his record on judgmentship, his decision to pick Kamala Harris as his running mate during the 2020 campaign led to her becoming the first Black woman to serve as the vice president. Those are your trending topics for today. If you are tuned in on any form of social media, please like, share the show, invite someone else in on the show so that they may benefit from this valuable information. Co-hosting with me today is none other than cancer activist, motivational speaker, and the founder of the Gal Foundation, Rizal Gilmore. What's up, Rizal?
Warriors Talk 2022. I am pumped. I am amped. I am here.
Ready to go. Yes, I'm excited. We already have Kenya in the house, and she's already tagging individuals to join in. Excited about that. What's up, Kenya? So we're talking about Rizal, some behaviors that are keeping people single. Come on, Kenya, with the tag. So one question that I wanted to ask, like, have anybody ever told you before, like, you know how some people can be rude and they be like, that's why you single. Have you ever heard that statement before from somebody?
Yeah,
Really?
I certainly have.
How did that make you feel when you heard that? Like, how did that make you feel?
Well, it made me take a look at things, and so why they told me why I'm single was because I was picky and I wanted, because I like my woman, so like, I like to see my woman in heels and and face a little did and whatnot, and every woman is not like that, so yeah, that's why you're going to stay single because you're always finding something wrong with them. And it's just like, okay, well, let me see. Let me think about this. Now backtrack to the different women that I've dealt with. And it was like, yeah, it was that. But no, that one wasn't my fault. That was her. And so it came like a 50-50. Like, okay, yeah, I'll take some of the, like, yeah, okay, some of them were me. But if it was meant to be, it would have meant to be. Right?
I,
So
I, I
if they
totally,
was meant to be in my life and they was the one, then that was it. Look, it ain't my fault that they left just because I said something or I dismissed them.
or
Look,
they
see,
missed
that's one on my list. You got to have confidence. Lack of confidence will have you single. That's one on my list. But
That's a good one. I like that one. That's really a good one. Let me jump in the comments really quick. Oh, that's just Kenya
oh,
is
we got
bringing
comments already.
Kenya, bring them in. Kenya is bringing them in right now. So we're
Can
gonna
she-
talk. She's bringing them in. She's tagging people. So we're talking about behaviors that keep you single. So I'm trying to figure out if I ever heard that comment before. If I did, I probably just dismissed it as like, it wasn't me. It was that person. And because a lot of times we don't like to believe that it's us, right? We like to believe that we're the total package, and if something is wrong, it's something wrong with the other person. So yeah, so I do believe that we should take a step back and just take inventory of ourselves and look at ourselves. I always say that we're the common denominator in every relationship that we're in. So if the relationships are ending and somebody is telling, these individuals are telling you the same thing, then just take a step back and try to figure out what's going on and then just approach it differently.
Oh, so
Kenya
you just let me. Can you say what?
She says she agrees. She says, see, she agree again. We agree. She
Wait a
agreed.
minute, but is she agreeing with you or is she agreeing with me?
She says, see, I agree with you again. She agrees.
So you was just letting stuff just go over your head because you was just a bomb.com and not acknowledging what was really going on up and around you when people was telling you stuff.
Most of the time, the majority of the time, men don't really complain. Like men, the men that I've dealt with, they really don't complain. Like it would be a last result that a man would be like, oh, you're not doing X, Y, Z. And like men really don't complain. It'd be the women most of the time complaining that, oh, he's not doing this, he's not doing that. Like sometimes men be like, they don't even know that stuff is going wrong in the relationship. They thinking, oh, everything's fine. And then she just blows up and you're like, what's wrong with you? What happened? Well, I didn't know that was wrong. Like a lot of times they not even thinking about like all the little petty stuff that maybe a woman may think about and be mad about. A lot of times they're not thinking about that. They're not fussing about those little things. I mean, it really has to be something that's really big and just blatant. She just ignoring something and it's causing, the relationship to deteriorate. Other than that, you really don't see men complaining. I haven't. Unless
But like you said, it's the petty things that women do. Why continue to be petty and nitpick at every little single thing that a person does? See, at this point, remember we talked about the list. Your list need the number one with a B, and C, or 1, 2, and 3, like underneath it to categorize like certain things, because it shouldn't even be no pettiness at a certain age. It shouldn't even be like that. But yeah, I have to agree. Women, y'all be throwing these little petty things, and you get us to I know you get me to a boiling point. Well, you know what? Well, break yourself, be out. Go. You unhappy? Sayonara. Peace. Termina. Finito. Adios. Bye-bye. ID 5000. Look, walking papers, signed, sealed, and delivered.
Yeah, I'm the type of person, like, I will tell you what's going on. I'll tell you exactly what's wrong, what I'm feeling, what's not happening, and it gives you an opportunity to change it if that's what you want to do, or to see, okay, how can I make this happen? Or, that's something I really can't do. How about let's do this? Like, I'm going to tell you exactly what's wrong, and then you'll know. And if I see that I've told you exactly what's wrong, but you still just like ignoring me, throwing it out the window, and then I know that you don't have my best interest at heart, then I just start, separating myself and
Well, no.
moving
Well, wait a
away.
minute. How long do you give this person to show you that they have changed or they're changing? Because what I have noticed about women, y'all want things done microwavable just like that at the snap of a finger. It got to be done before nightfall, or you sleeping under the porch in the garage somewhere or something, and things just don't happen overnight. So how long are you giving these people to show you that they're a total different person?
I think it depends on what it is, like how small it is. Something it could be something simple like, babe, I really would like for you to open the door for me when we go places. Like, that's something I really like. And then he may forget. The first couple of times he may forget, and you just stand there and be like, and you're like, oh, I forgot. So like something simple like that can start right away. But some other things that may take him some time to be like, okay, figure out like, okay, how I'm going to do this and change and maintain it. Like, because you're asking for a person to do something different to change, but you also want them to be able to maintain it and not set them up for failure, thinking that, oh, they're going to be able to jump in and do this right away, when that hopefully should have been communicated as you were getting to know that person. That's what I would think.
Yeah, but I think that's going to cause. I mean, depending, because I'm quite sure there was a debate about what's wrong with me doing this, or what's wrong with me doing that. There's a debate. I always say, if you want a peaceful relationship, then act peaceful. Plain and simple. Act peaceful. I'm not saying don't bring it up. I'm not saying don't address it. But if this person was this way when you met them, honestly, 9 times out of 10, that's what you're going to continuously get.
Shouldn't we be evolving though? Like, shouldn't we be changing together, hopefully growing?
Well, together, but it depends. Look, we can't be on the same page if we ain't reading from the same book. Facts.
I mean, people grow at different levels though. Like, my growth may be totally different from yours. I may be applying myself different, from you, but we both are growing. And I mean, we should still be the same. Like, I would expect your elevation of how you treat me it should change as you get to know me better, as you get to love me. It should change.
Exactly, all the time. We talk about this all the time, that once you meet a person, you're going to change. You're going to change at least 4 different times, because where we were then when we met is totally different than where we are now that we're long term together. Things change in between then, whether it's health issue, financial issues. As you say, we grew a little bit more fonder of each other. But I always say there's a difference between us when we have um, unification versus us having uniqueness. Like, you can have your own uniqueness, and I have my own uniqueness. You do your thing, I do my thing. But that at the end of the day, we come together and let's talk. So I think that's where sometimes the ball gets dropped and we fall short.
Totally agree. Sharon said every situation is different. Hey, Sharon, thank you for joining us. I totally agree. I mean, and you have to not. Your relationship should not be centered around how somebody else is treating their person. You guys should have your own language and how you treat each other. So don't compare, because when you compare, then your person will always fall short when you comparing it to somebody else. Sharon says, if a person truly loves you, they would be willing to change.
Well, Sharon, That I hope is the object, and I hope that is the case. But as I have stated again once on this show, that women get into relationships thinking that they can change the man, and men get into relationships hoping that the woman don't change. So this is why I say I don't really see too much change going on. You're going to have to accept that person for who they are or move on. They may change for a bit, but eventually what they've been accustomed to, what they've been used to, what they've been modeled from is going to come back and surface again, because everything comes back around and around again.
Well, according to the relationship guru Steve Harvey, a man changes for the woman that they want. They make that change.
Look,
So,
Steve Harvey is old. I'm the new relationship guru. Thanks to Warrior Talk and Lady ReShell. I got the bald head and the beard now. I'm taking over.
I'm not
Cracking
taking,
the books.
I'm not taking that. That's too heavy. That's too heavy for me. But he says that a man will change. He says that women complain to him all the time, like, you know, why he's not changing? He's not doing this. He's not doing that. And he tells them he'll change for the woman that he wants. So if he's not changing for you, then you're not the one.
I can agree. And then add my own twist onto it. But yeah.
Can you say some people start reading the book from the back? Well,
Okay, I don't know what chapter they came in on, Kenya, but hey, right. It is what it is.
At some point, y'all should meet in the middle. So if he's starting from the back and you're starting from the front, at some point, you guys should hopefully meet somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle and discuss what was before you, and he can discuss what was behind him, and then look, and there you go. And that's how it happened. Fireworks.
Yes. Sharon says communication is very important. I totally agree.
But what happens, Sharon, if you don't have a person who likes to communicate? You may have a woman who likes to talk, or you might have a man who wants to talk, some things out. It could go both ways these days, especially if he's a mature enough man. So what happens if you're not doing that communication thing, and now things are building up and getting to a boiling point? Because that's what happens. We get to a boiling point, and instead of discussing the one thing, it's like, you know what? You didn't put the toilet seat down. And while we're at it, you didn't put the pepper back in the case. You didn't do this and blah, blah, blah. And now you got choom, 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 choom. You got 15 different things coming at you, and you're trying to down like, whoa, wait, hold on. All that buildup. So what happens when the communication, you got a person who just don't communicate? You're going to be just angry all the time and can't wait for that moment and that chance to come so you could just let them have it.
I would say if communication is important to you and is one of your core things that you need in order for your relationship to function, and if that person is not that, then you're with the wrong person. If that's one of the core things that you need, don't waver on your core things. You can waver on age, you can waver on weight, you can waver on if she has long hair, blue eyes, whatever. You can waver on those things, but don't waver on your core things. So one of your core things is I need him to be a good communicator. And he's not, that's not your person.
So let me ask you a question. If he has one thing, and we'll just say communication because that's what we're talking about. If he has the one thing that he's not good at, do we just throw him away and get rid of him because of the one thing when he's a great everything else? Is it really worth that to say, you know what, let me just wash my hands with it because he can't communicate, but he was everything else?
But he's everything else, but he doesn't have that core thing that you need. So you can have 20-80, or you can have 80-20, but that 20 may be that 20, that may be your core that you need. So he's doing everything with the 80, but that core thing that you need, he doesn't do it. So you're not going to be satisfied. I say, do not compromise on your core things. And when I say core, your core values, and these are things that you need in a relationship in order to be happy, in order for it to function like you want it to. It's so many people out here in the world that you don't have to settle for Okay, and it's not that you're being picky because it's your core thing. Okay,
Now,
I don't understand that. I'm just saying. So I'm just saying, a lot of times we chip off. Yeah, you could chip off on certain things, but if it's a core that you need, and when I say core, a core is like you need your heart, because if your heart is not there, the body's not going to work, right? That's a core thing that you need. So look at it like that. Because if he was everything, he would have that too, or she. Just saying. Did I read this one? Can you say a man would change for a woman who he wants to be with? That's true. You were going to say something, Rizal?
oh, I'm just looking at the comments. You know, on Relationship Monday, them comments they just be coming.
We haven't even gotten to our list, and we're already at 6:23. Sharon says, before getting into a relationship, make sure that you establish short-term goals and long-term goals. You both should have them. Girl, they ain't thinking about that. I mean, that'd be the last thing they think about, Sharon.
No, look, we can establish goals, but the thing is, how are we going to make them work? How are we going to accomplish these goals? How are we going to get there?
Hey, Yolanda, set a timeline. How you going to get there? Like a lot of times we don't function. Once we get into a relationship, it's like, okay, everything else goes down. Okay, we together now. Why do we have to function? Why do we have to focus on anything? We together. Let's just be together. You know, eventually
it takes much more work to function and be together than when you was dating, because now you two got to coerce in the same space. Y'all got to be on the same page. It's now a give and take thing. You know, we need some reciprocity. We need we need a lot of things going on now that you said we've established a relationship. Ooh, we need some of that resentment. We need some of that reciprocity, relationship. Oh, see, I'm about to come up with something good, and I know we're going to run out of time.
Yeah.
It's sitting right here and here. It's there. I feel it just tingling. Come on, Lady ReShell. What else you got?
Kenya she's just like the old song, you got to keep trucking, baby. What's up? Oh, girl, I never heard that before. You heard that? You got to keep trucking, baby. Hey, Yolanda. I never heard that, Kenya. I don't know who is live. If you're just tuning in, we're live on Intellectual Radio. This is Relationship Monday on Warriors Talk. And of course, Rizal and I are here, and we're breaking down behaviors that keep you single. So if you wonder, why am I single? You're going to get your answer today. So let me get into our list, because otherwise we're not going to get. Sharon says, be specific about what you ask God for in a mate. Can I just say, it's just my opinion. God does not pick our mates. He may put people like in your path, and a lot of us probably pass these people over because they probably didn't fit our superficial list. So God does not pick our mate, because if he did, we will all have the perfect mate. You have freedom of choice. You have free will. So he doesn't pick our mate for us. So you can ask God, yeah, this is what I would like. But ultimately, a lot of us, when he puts it in front of us, we're like, oh no, he's too short. He wears glasses. He's darker than what I thought he would be. He works a blue collar job. That's not what I asked you for, Lord. That's not him. Lord, send him back. And then you still begging. He's like, wait, I just sent them to you. You didn't want them.
That should be on the list. Waiting on God to send you your mate.
Stop using God for that. God, he needs to be healing folks and stuff. He don't need to be trying to send you no mate. Just be smarter. When you get out of a relationship, assess what happened. Go back and ask the person, like, what happened? What could have made it better? They may cuss you out, or they may tell you.
You gotta understand. When it's God, you're going to know that person, the connection, the communicate, everything is going to be so cosmetic, so cosmical, or whatever you say. You're going to be like, oh my God, what is this? God is going to align. He's going to move things out of your way to align you with who you need to be aligned with. Trust and believe. If you were supposed to meet this person, he is going to put you in the right place at the right time with the right person. All you have to do is show up.
You have free will, though, Rizal. So he can do that. But we still have free will if we're going to choose that person or not. And the person God sent you may not look like what it is that you pictured. So a lot of times we miss it. We miss what God has for us when it's in front of us because it doesn't look like the package that we want or that we're hoping for.
No, you just listen to your girlfriend talk about what a great man he was because you passed him over. You should have snatched him up when you had the chance.
I believe it too, Lisa. I believe that God needs to be involved. But he doesn't, if he picks our mate, everybody, relationship, marriages would be off the chain. That's not so. Because a lot of times God does not pick our mate. He does not put us together. A lot of times he does not. We do it on our own. And then we say, okay, God, bless this mess. I know that I was cheating and that was her husband, but it was my man though. He's my soulmate. Even though he was married to her, he was still my soulmate. And now that they divorced, we was cheating on the side. I was his side chick. But we together now, God bless this mess. Because this is my husband now. Oh, no. But I do believe that God needs to be involved. I totally agree with that. You should be praying like, God, is this the person I should be with? How should I move forward with this? And weigh your list, do your pros and your cons. A lot of times you can see the list and make a decision, and sometimes we just overlook it. Sharon says, I disagree. God brings people in your life for a reason, for a lesson. Sharon, you weren't even listening to me. I said, I believe God will put that person in your path. Yeah, for a reason, season, lifetime. It is up to us because God, he gives us free will. Just like he doesn't force us to worship him or to accept salvation. He doesn't. It's free will. When we get with somebody, yeah, God may put that person in our path, but he's not. A lot of times you don't hear people saying, oh yeah, God said that was my husband. Oh, God said that was my wife. You don't hear a lot of people saying that, right? No. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, God is involved. And he's there because you have to put him in the center. He's not going to force himself to be there. You have to invite him in there. All right. Sharon said Sharon, I'm sorry. That's what you said. She said, that's what I said is for us to know the difference. You're totally right, Sharon. Yes. It's for us to know the difference, Sharon, and you and I know that a lot of people get confused. And we get married and we say, oh, God said that was my husband. God ain't said nothing. Your flesh said that. Your flesh said, right?
Y'all be looking for all these signals. Why if y'all can look for these warning signals and red flags, why can't y'all look for these other signals that could be a red flag? Oh, you know what? My daddy passed away and you and him got the same birthday. Oh, hallelujah. You're from God. Thank you, Lord, for sending him to me. Oh.
Okay, Lisa said, you have free will and you are right. We have to make better decisions. Totally agree, Lisa. Just because we want that person doesn't mean that he's God sent. I must admit, I did not ask God. God was that man for me. I just did what she wanted to do. And I've been there, Lisa. And then in the middle of it, like, God, can you fix this? God, can you make him do right? God, this is the man I want to be with. And God looking at you like, didn't you just see what this person has done? This is not my will. But a lot of times we want to do what we want to do. Sharon said, you're so right. God's not putting everybody together. You're right. Totally agree. Totally agree.
Because I've been asking for Janet Jackson for God knows how long, and I still ain't get her yet. So if God is in the middle of this, I don't know what's going on. So
you have to put yourself in position to get Janet Jackson. You can't get her over in Florida because she don't live in Florida. So you have to put yourself wherever she lives, you have to put yourself in her path so that y'all can y'all paths can cross. And, and then something may spark, but ain't nothing you wishing over there, ain't nothing gonna happen. And that's an example of faith without works is dead. A lot of times we want stuff but I got faith. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But you're not doing anything. You're sitting at home on the couch. You're not putting yourself out here where these men are, and you want a quality man. Put yourself in the position to where they are. You're not doing that. We just expect them to show up at our doorstep, ring the bell. No, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Lisa said, boo on your own because I did not put you together, God said. And then you sitting there looking like, Lord, help me, help him to do right, Lord. When you could have, should have asked in the beginning, like.
Well, that's one of the prayers that we always pray when we get into trouble. Lord, if you just get me out of this situation just this one time, I promise I'll do right. I promise I'll listen to you. I promise I'll do everything. Just please, Lord, just remove this. I rebuke it, dear Father, Lord. Yeah, right. Everybody has prayed that prayer.
I was in this relationship when I was younger, and this guy, and I was trying to get away from this guy. It was so hard for me to get away from him. I would just break up with him. We'd be right back together. I'm like, I told my mom, I said, the only way for me to get out of this relationship is through death. Like, that's the only way that I see, Mom, that I'm going to be able to get out of this relationship. She's like, what? Like, he should not have that much power over you. I'm just like, that's the only way. I'm just going to have to die. And that's the only way we're going to be able to break up, because it don't seem like he going anywhere. So, but we shouldn't give people that much power. We shouldn't give people that much power. Like, now I would probably just like block him. He comes to my house, I probably would call the police and be like, he's stalking me. Like, but when you're younger, you think that stuff cute. Oh, he's controlling. You think it's cute. No, he's a narcissist. No, he's crazy. All right, so we're talking.
Wait, am I saying number one?
Yes, I didn't even get.
We didn't get started.
We didn't even start. So Lisa said yes. It's all about prayer. That is the prayer. Yes. We have to make sure that you are praying before you move forward.
Well, thanks to technology, you're able to do those things such as block, but at the same time, thanks to technology, you also can track.
Yeah, research. Yeah,
so it's a gift and a curse.
Yeah, and you can search that person out, because people are meeting people online these days. You can type their names in, Google. You can type it in Facebook, Instagram. Stuff will come up if before you move forward and you want to know about this person. Stuff will come up. You just gotta. I'm not saying be stalking the person's page 24/7 every time they post something. And you right there, you requesting their friends to be your friends and stuff, and you showing up at places. He like, what you doing here? Oh, I'm friends with her. How you know her? No, don't do that.
Right. You get alerts when they go live.
Right. You're the first one on there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so behaviors, you guys, that keep you single. Finally, number one.
Wait a minute. We 35 minutes into the show. We got about 20 left, and we like number one. Come on, Michelle. Come on. Negative views about love.
You have negative views about love. You're just so bitter. You bitter. You scorn. And anytime somebody brings up relationships, you just got something nasty to say because your relationships didn't work out.
Well, that's because a lot of people look at other people's relationships because their relationship didn't go well, and they're looking at somebody else's go well. Oh, you so in love. Get out of here with that. I don't want to hear that, man. So that's the negative. Girl. Yeah, they really is jealousy. They upset because theirs didn't turn out that way. Just give them some time. Give them a chance. They'll come around. They'll be back. They're like Debo. I'll be back again. I'll be back loving again.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Lisa hit it. She says a person like that needs healing. And before you move forward, get the healing that you need. Find out why you have this view. Why do you have such a negative view about love? Like, get to the deep down root of that thing and find out why. What happened? It could be daddy issues and don't have nothing to do with the men that you were with. It could start from your daddy. So find out what those issues are, so that you can, move forward and not punish the people that you maybe have a potential relationship with. I always say, like, for me, my love language, quality time, is like my top one, right? And so I had to figure out, why is quality time my top one? And it goes back to my dad. Like, I didn't spend a lot of quality time with my dad because my dad worked. And then when he came home, once he was off work, he would come home, he would eat, and then he in the bed sleep. Like, we didn't do quality stuff together. He took care of the household. We didn't want for anything, but I didn't spend quality time with my dad. And I didn't realize it until I got older that we didn't spend quality time together. So that's why quality time is my number one thing. And I feel like if I'm not getting that quality time, I feel like, okay, this person don't want to be bothered with me if they're not investing that quality time with me. But it goes back to my dad.
So because you didn't get it then, you want to make sure you get it now. But if a person got to try to keep a roof over our heads and manage the kids and take Junior to football practice, and little Tori, she got to go to soccer practice and all this, sometimes the time in the day don't always line up with you guys. And you might not get that quality time until it's time to go night, and then you only got pillow talk.
So the key word is quality, not quantity, but quality. So even if an hour before we go to sleep, the attention is on me. Okay, babe, break down your day. What happened with your day? And we're focused. It could be 30 minutes. It could be an hour. It doesn't have to be, we're going away for a weekend. It doesn't have to be that. But it's about the quality of time and what we're doing with that time. And like I said, I didn't come to the realization until I got older, like what the quality time was. Younger, I probably would have wanted the quantity, like, okay, we together every day. I'm about quality. I'm not about the quantity. Number 2, Rizal. Oh, what was your number 1? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, well, my number 1 was the confidence.
Confidence is big. Like, men love for a woman to have confidence. You just can't be, you intimidated by all the women that's there. Oh, well, you know what? I ain't here to compete. I'm just gonna go over here in the corner and not do anything. Like, they want you to have that. I mean, who don't want to have confidence? And it's down the line, so I don't even want to give the other one away. But why did you pick confidence, Rizal?
Over the years and in my time of dating, I have noticed a lack when it comes to women and confidence. Like, you're not confident enough to assure that you can handle me and handle this relationship because you see X, Y, and Z. But if I'm picking you, I'm including you into. If I begin to start include you into my daily routine and my stuff, and I'm asking of you your opinion, just you asking of your opinion alone should be enough, because that's one of the biggest compliment that a man can give you, if he asks for your opinion. So if you don't have the confidence, if you don't have the understanding to put your big heels on, put your stilettos on, or whatever, and stand there and be strong in your spot and know what you want, then it's just been a lack. Like I said, when I'm like, well, I guess I'm just not the one. This ain't for me. Boom, I'm going. I'm out. I'm gonna find somebody else.
Do you feel like the man plays a role in that as well, of her not having that confidence?
Yes and no. And I say yes and no because I think every man should build a woman up and bring them and teach them something while in a relationship. But if we're not in a relationship and you, the woman, are trying to get to know me, you have to understand. See, I'm like this. I'm like the lion. I like to study my prey before I go in for the kill. So you need to know if you're compatible with me. You need to know, my likes, my dislikes, learn what it is that I do, what I like to do. What are we what levels are we compatible on? What bring us, what's bringing us together? Where are we going to spend our quality time? Don't just say, you're cute. I like you. I want to know you better. Okay, well, get to know me better. My favorite ice cream is butter pecan. I love painting. I love comedy shows, and I'm into cars and motorcycles. Now what? I just gave you everything.
All right, ladies, if y'all single out here, resolve.
Look,
Take
Steve
notes.
Harvey, I'm giving you the game.
Take notes. Gotta take
But that
notes.
is so. But you should already have. Men should definitely build you up and teach something when you're in a relationship. But when you're not in a relationship, it should be your responsibility to go and like, I'm going to say, you have to be a wife before you become a wife, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So yes, it's the same thing when you're trying to, be with that man, with the men, and they're teaching some. Like, if you're not in the, you're not talking to no man or anything. See what men are doing. Hey, go hang out at the cigar lounge and see what they're talking about, what they're yapping about. You may find something interesting. Going into your next dating suave or whatever. You can now bring something to the table with that person. Like, hey, you know what? I was in the lounge and these guys was talking about football. That was a good game that night, wasn't it? Now you got something in common with this guy. So keep doing it. It's always a learning process. It's always something that you can acquire to help yourself, build not just yourself, but build the relationship once you get to that point.
Kenya said quality time is essential. Sharon says, I agree, quality time is very important. That's that quality time. Really quick, I heard this, I saw this post, and the guy was saying that he was talking about Hispanic women and he was talking about Black women. He was saying Hispanic women, when they are growing up, they are being taught to be a wife. Like they're being taught to serve. They're cooking for the whole household. They're cleaning. They're, serving their dad. Like they serve. And he was like, there is a difference between how Black women and Hispanic women are being brought up. Black women are brought up to be strong. We're brought up to be, oh, you need to be independent. You need to be strong. So he was like, they're already being brought up to be a wife. And then once, I guess, the Black woman get out of the house, it's like, now, oh, yeah, okay, now I'm a wife, or I want to be a wife. And I guess he was saying that it's not being taught that these are the things that, I guess you should be doing to cultivate yourself as a wife. And I don't know if I agree with that, because in my household, we wasn't brought up to be like strong and independent, not like that, because my mom was a homemaker. She stayed home. She never worked. My dad worked. So if we're going off of what I saw, I saw my mom cleaning, cooking. And so we did those things. She made sure we had our days where we washed the dishes, we had to do our chores, all of that. So I think that may just be opinion. Like it may be some truth to it, but not a lot.
It's like one of them myths that'll be on the History Channel while you're watching Ancient Aliens.
Okay, number 2, you guys. Behaviors that keep you single. We have unrealistic expectations.
Boy.
And it's okay to have standards, you guys. It's okay. It's just that sometimes they just be like, and we talk about that. We talked about the list, like in your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s, your list should be evolving. As you evolve, your list should evolve. So like some of those little petty things that you have on that list, eventually they will drop off because your needs drop, your needs change as you grow. So you should be revisiting that list to make sure that it's realistic.
Yeah, come on. Be honest. Some of these lists, they went overboard with them. They shot a 3 from like half court, knowing they should have been a little closer at the foul line. It's way out there. Some of the things that be on these lists and these expectations, what they expect. There's a friend of mine. She somehow ended up with this guy. He's from Africa, those Nigerians. Ended up with him, and
what does that
he
mean?
was a millionaire.
What does that mean? What does that?
The Nigerians are some of the biggest scammers that there is, along with some of the Pakistan. The Indians is coming up though, because my phone is constantly ringing, telling me that I bought an Apple phone for $1,400. I don't even own the Amazon account, so they're starting to come up a little bit now.
Offended. I'm 60% Nigerian. I'm offended by that.
You're Saharian.
I'm offended. Anyway, go ahead. I just thought I brought that up.
Yeah, but she dated this guy, and he was a millionaire. So once he passed away, he said, "Look, I'm going to move you in. You're going to take care of me." That's what she did. He passed away, and now her expectations of the life that she lived with him, a millionaire's life, for a regular guy who's not a millionaire, it's been tough, because now you looking at him like, you're not on my level. You're not where I'm at. But the guy died.
Well, I mean, yeah, he died. Did he have a will? Was she his beneficiary? Did he leave her any money? Like, does she still have money to maintain a lifestyle that she has? And she's just trying to find somebody who's compatible with that, to where they're not living off of her?
Nope. The only other best thing she could do is try to find herself another millionaire.
I mean, the Bible said, write the vision and make it plain. So you have not because you don't ask. So ain't no harm in asking.
Ain't no harm in asking, but again, maybe this guy that you turning down has $1 million idea, but yet you want to turn him down because it haven't come to fruition just yet.
It depends on the age. You have $1 million idea and we 20. Okay, I can work with you. But if I'm 50 and you got this $1 million idea, and if I'm taking my money and putting in it, and yeah, I don't even want to get into that.
Well, what you wait? I mean, look,
that's a whole
you waited this long. You had to tell. So why not roll the dice and take a chance? You might as well.
At this point, you should be putting limitations on stuff. There should be timelines on stuff. You should not be wasting time with somebody. Okay, if you got $1 million dream, okay, go and do your dream. Go ahead. If I'm here and you still want to be with me, okay, fine. If you don't, okay, I'm fine too. Either way, I'm fine. I'm fine.
So I got to cancel. You think I should cancel? No. You want me to forget about my dream because you think in your mind it's unreal. That's what I know. Listen.
Go and do your dream.
Yes, yes. Always tell women, every woman I was with, I will never stop your dream or stop your money.
Do your dream. Go. If that's your dream and you believe in it, then go and do your dream. I'm not going to stop you. No.
But you're not going to be a part of it either.
You know what? It has to be a man that I really believe in. If we just met, I probably won't. No. It has to be somebody that I really believe in, and they just got my mind, they in my ear. This is not going to be somebody I just met and you telling me you got $1 million dream. I'm going to be like, keep on dreaming.
Well, you can't step into the relation just halfway, just putting one foot in. You being halfway in and halfway out.
I didn't say that.
If you're going to be in a relationship.
Listen, that's part of one thing. One of my core things is you have to listen. You're not listening.
You just gave me this look. Love.
You're just not listening. Okay, you have number 3. You have unresolved past traumas resolved.
Yes.
Or not. As Lisa said before, they're not healing. They're not healing. How important?
Yes.
You always make fun of me when I say people need to go to counseling, but they really do.
Honestly, sometimes I think I am one of them.
You do. You need to
trust me. I just put myself on the black couch and just talk it out.
You need to like get rid of all the toxins that you have with. If it was a toxic relationship, it may not have been, but if it was toxic, you need to cleanse yourself. You do. Oh, Lisa says she needs us to behave. Too late, Lisa. Too late. It's too late.
Lisa, this is what you come here for.
It's too late, Lisa. But I totally agree, though, that people need to heal. Before you go into a relationship, because you're going to go with baggage. But if you can work on and heal some of that baggage before you enter into a relationship, then take care of yourself to do that so that the other person won't suffer. Like you just going in and you setting yourself up to fail. So heal before you deal.
Hmm. No, because some people, again, the fear of being alone, the fear of not having someone is the fear. It's the fear of the unknown. I don't know where we're going to go. I don't know why this is happening. It's the fear.
The fear, number 4 is the fear of happiness. Some
Look at
people
this.
have a
See
fear
there?
of, oh, is this too good to be true? They're so used to the relationships not working out. So it's like, sometimes we sabotage the relationship before it even starts. We
True.
self-sabotage. Oh, I'm gonna leave him before he leaves me. Oh, before he cheat on me, I'm about to cheat on him. Self-sabotage. Get it out, Rizal. Get it out. I see it. I see it.
I'm I'm trying to think at what angle I need to come at that one with him for. See, you moving too fast. You on number 5 already.
Oh, I'm
We
sorry. Well, because we have 3 minutes left.
didn't I tell you earlier when we was at 7:35 that we wasn't going to finish. We just might as well just wing this thing for the to the end and just save these till next week or next time. Wasn't your core thing is about listening? See, you know.
One of my core things is listening. So I'm not even gonna go into low self-esteem because that's a whole, you could do a whole show on that. But
There was a couple of them we could do a whole show on.
I'm going to read Lisa's comment, and hers will be the last comment of the night. She said, those who fear happiness probably do not believe they are worthy of happiness, which goes into that low self-esteem, Lisa. Totally agree. Totally agree.
Or lack of confidence. It's
Yeah.
just like, haven't you heard like some people, they say like I know dudes like, nah, you can't mess with her. You ain't in her league. She too far advanced for you. You can't handle that.
Now, that's
You
a
know,
whole show, too, because sometimes we do try to date out our league. I mean, you already know what you're bringing to the table. It's okay to reach. It's okay to reach. Sharon said, great show. Thank you, Sharon. I'm so happy you tuned in. Thank you, Lisa in Kenya. I appreciate you guys.
thank you to all our listeners and even on the replay when they go back.
Yeah, be kind and rewind. And if you're listening to it on the replay, just do me a favor and type hashtag replay. Put some comments in there because we do answer the comments. Yeah. Okay, Rizal, words of wisdom. You got like 30 seconds.
Ooh. Don't give me 30 seconds too. I ain't thinking nothing yet.
30 seconds.
Just to show that this isn't pre-recorded, everyone. This is straight off the top. 30 seconds about relationships. Oh, man, always say it. Be who you are. And yeah, just be who you are.
Okay, you guys, be who you are. So join us next Monday at 6 p.m. right here on Intellectual Radio. I'll leave you with these words of wisdom. Cry, forgive, learn, move on. Let your tears water the seeds of your future happiness. As always, thank you for tuning in to Warriors Talk with author and founder Lady ReShell. Co-hosting is Rizal Gilmore, a.k.a. The Biz. Warriors Talk is changing lives one warrior at a time.
Thank you for listening to this week's edition of Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell. To find out more about Warriors Talk, follow at Warriors Talk, the number 1, on all social media outlets, and Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell on YouTube. Please join us next week and every Monday evening at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on intellectualradio.com for Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell, where we encourage, educate, and empower you into action.